Hi, gang. Something has been on my mind. It's not politics. It's about something completely different. Railroad tracks. Now, I've wondered from time to time, and I have got emails about these things, wondering why all the railroad tracks, not only is it railroad tracks, also trolley cars and anything we got in this country, pretty much other than amusement parks, of course. The tracks are measured at 4 feet 8 1/2 inches. And I wonder, well, why are the tracks measured at 4 feet 8 1/2 inches? Well, oddly enough, all this nonsense started back during the Roman time. You know, way back there. You know, when Rome and Roman time, and well, way back when they had chariots. Now these chariots, well, first the Romans built these roads everywhere, all over Europe, including England. They built these roads, and the width of the chariot, where the wheels was and everything, had to be wide enough to go right at or just beyond the width of the asses of 2 horses. This is another joke. This is what they did. So when they, over the years, as they drove down these roads, it wore ruts in the roads. And anything else that was built that had wheels on it had to be built to the specifications that the Romans built. 4 feet 8 1/2 inches, I guess, from center of the wheel, excuse me, to the center of the other wheel. Now, when these English came over here, they designed, I'm in trouble in my throat. They designed the wagon trains gauged the same as they did the wagons in Europe. I guess they couldn't see no reason why not. So they gauged these wheels at a width of 4 feet 8 1/2 inches, and it covered the width of the 2 horses' asses, pulling these wagon trains. So it made sense to them. And you notice that wagon trains are only, the horses are too wide, and how many other horses they had are in front. So it makes sense that they did it that way. And as the roads were going out west, they didn't have, of course, no paved roads, but they have all these dirt roads going out west. And when rainy season came, they would have humongous ruts in them, almost up to the axles, and sometimes up to the axles. And but they had the right width, and that way they wouldn't, less chance of damaging the axles and the wheels. So they went out west with these wagon trains at the same gauge like they had in Europe on the Roman times. Now, gang, this is when it gets really cool. You notice on the space shuttle, you got your main fuel tank. And on each side of the fuel tank, you've got these rocket boosters that are attached to the main tank. Otherwise, they're called SRBs. And they're made in a factory in Utah. I think they're made by Tyokol or some weird name like that. Anyway, the engineers that designed these SRBs preferred to make them a little bit fatter. Well, they discovered that in order to ship these boosters to launch pads, they had to go through, I don't know if it's one tunnel or several tunnels that were designed way back yonder when there was trains run through, and it's just a little bit wider than the railroad cars. So they had to change their design and make it just the right size where they could get through these tunnels. So here you are. The engineering of Rome is still controlling, at least in this story, and it's a factual story, by the way. The booster tanks, the space shuttle, how more modern can you get than that? Yeah, but we have to go by the old specifications of 4 foot, 8.5 inches. Now, ain't that cool? So now I bet when you see a train come by or anything that's on tracks, you will look at it different than you ever looked in your life. And this is a true story. This is fact. And if you don't believe me, you're probably a long-haired mama's boy living in the basement blogger in your shorts, unshaven, dirty, smelling pinko commie, Marxist twit that can't make a living off your mama and never been on a date in your life because any self-respected woman knew better to have anything to do with a loser like you. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.